Namaste and warm welcome all of you in this second virtual class. My hearty thanks and tribute to Bhatta municipality for this wonderful initiation. Again, today we are going to deal with guided writing type 2. The topic is interpretation of charts, graphs, table, list, or we say interpretation of para-orthographic text, which contains of 5 marks. Today we are dealing with this problem and we will write the answers and we will discuss on this topic. Hope everybody will find this topic very useful and very important for your SE preparation as well. Before starting this topic, I would like to say the whole world is entire in lockdown and so are we. So don't get panic and just prepare for the SE examinations. This lockdown will be the great beneficial for you for the preparation of SE exam and for the deeper knowledge as well. So today we are going to discuss about this guided writing type 2. Under this guided writing type 2, this is one of the topic, that is interpretation of charts, graphs, table, list, etc. So which also contains of 5 marks. This is also guided writing. Just chart, graph, table, list, picture, they will be given as a question and you have to interpret them. You have to describe, you have to write the short description observing that charts, graphs. So now let's see very short description, the definition of this topic. There are different kinds of reading materials: charts, graphs and diagrams. They are the symbolic visual reading materials. They are the symbolic visual reading materials which contain a lot of information. Though this chart, graph, diagrams, they are the visual reading materials, they are presented in the concise form, but they contain a lot of information. They give a lot of information, plenty of information. They are also called para-orthographic text. So such type of, you say, chart, graph and diagrams, they are also called para-orthographic text. So now in SE exam we will be given these para-orthographic text. For example, charts, graph, diagrams, etc., table, flowchart, maybe others. So these para-orthographic text will be provided in your SE exam, and now our duty is to interpret these para-orthographic text into the orthographic form. So those para-orthographic text will be provided to you in your SE exam, and we have to transform them, these para-orthographic text, into the orthographic form, that is, you say, paragraph form. This is the main responsibility. I think this is very easy topic because everything is given there. What you see, you have to write. What you see in the picture, what you see in the chart, what you see in the graph, what you see in the diagrams, you have to present, you have to write. That should be written in the paragraph form, that is called orthographic form. So para-orthographic text will be converted, or you say transformed, into the orthographic form, that is, you say, paragraph. So here is some of the examples of paragraph orthographic text. As we have already mentioned also, these are the para-orthographic text, types of para-orthographic text. Not only these three are the para-orthographic text, there are various other texts we can find, we can get. So basically I have just given the examples. This is the table, right? Particular quantity rate, this is table, this is bar diagram, and this is the pie chart, flow chart, graph chart, etc. may be the others example of para-orthographic text. So in our exam these texts will be provided, whether you are provided this table or this bar diagram or this pie chart. any one of those para-orthographic texts will be given in a question paper, and you have to change these information into the paragraph form. For example, if you see potato of 1 kg costs 40 rupees. So, you have to write according to the table of 1 kg potato cost 40 rupees. What you see in this picture you have to write. This is our main duty. So, before writing those, before changing those para-orthographic text into the orthographic form, that is you say paragraph form, we have to think about some of the basic things, some of the points we have to consider in our mind. So, I have given some of the hints for the interpretation. When you start interpreting those para-orthographic text into the orthographic form, you have to think about these things, because some of the you say questions, some of the this type of para-orthographic text seek some of the basic rules. So, first of all, when you start changing those para-orthographic text into the orthographic form, first of all your duty is to see the title of the chart, diagram, flow chart, whatever is given there, right. So, whatever para-orthographic text is given, see the title. Title will be given in the you say that picture, or that may be presented in the question form. So, see question and picture, there will be the title of the chart or diagram. To find out and subject matter and write the title in the answer sheet. So, do not forget, when you write the guided writing and free writing, do not forget to put the title in your answer sheet first. If you forget this writing the title, I think you will get less marks rather than who write the title in their answer sheet. For example, the title may be provided in the question form, or you say in the picture. For example, number of the students of ABC school. For example, if there is pie chart and the pie chart is about number of students of ABC school, this can be the title of your answer. Similarly, monthly expenditure of Mr. Joshi. These are the short title, and you have to find out the title and write in your answer sheet when you start the answering of those questions in your SE exam. After that, second duty, first of all you found out this title and wrote it into your answer sheet. So, second duty is to observe the legend, or its index. Index is also given there in the right side, on the left side, and items presented in the picture. So, according to the index or its legend, you have to identify the subject matter and that you say options. Write the introduction of the given picture. Introduction. So, first paragraph, very short paragraph, first paragraph will be there having the introduction of that given picture. So, when you write the first paragraph, first duty is to write the title. I guess everybody write the this title of that picture on the very top of your page, or you say answer sheet. So, after that, when you finish writing the title, the second duty is to write the introduction of the given picture. So, when you write the introduction of the given picture in the very first paragraph, you have to follow the language structures. You have to follow the basic language functions. Basic, you say these structures. When you follow these structures, then only our curriculum hopes to write down. So, our curriculum says that when you interpret the charts, diagram, those type of para-orthographic text, these things should be kept in mind. These language function students must know. So, our curriculum says that our students must know these language functions, these exponents to interpret the para-orthographic text. That is why we have to think about these you say language exponents. For example, this is a pie chart first of all, or bar diagram, whatever picture is given there, you have to identify that. That may be the pie chart, that may be the bar diagram, table, or instead of this first line, you may write the given picture is a pie chart, or the given picture is a bar diagram, or you can say the given picture is a table. First very line, what you see from surfacely or you say thoroughly, you have to write the first line. So second line will be of the introductory paragraph will be this one, the pie chart or bar diagram table, whatever is given there, right? You have to think about this one. These are the options. Flow chart or you say table or flow chart slash is missed here, is about. What is the picture about for, or what is the picture for? What does the picture signify? Or you say the pie chart reveals that. So when you interpret those type of para-orthographic text, you have to write the very first paragraph having these language exponents, and you have to follow these you say the structure, and you have to write. The first one is what is the picture. You have to identify the picture. So if you identify the picture, you write in this way. This is a pie chart, this is a bar diagram, this is a flow chart, this is a table, etc. Or the given, instead of having said this first sentence, you can say the given picture is a pie chart, the given picture is a bar diagram. If the given picture is table, you can say the given picture is a table. So second line will be what? That is for what, or so what's the purpose of presenting that paragraphic text. Or you say when you write the second line of that interpretation, you say the pie chart or bar diagram, table, flow chart, whatever is given there is about. The content will be given either in the this one title form, or that will be given in the question. So you will write in such a way, or instead of this first sentence you can say also, or the pie chart reveals that. So now second one, now describe or interpret the picture. Now you have your duty, second paragraph. Now we move to the second paragraph. First paragraph we just wrote 2 or 3 lines, just introduction, what we see surfacely. Now we are moving into the detail. What we see, we have to present each and every aspect in detail. So now your duty is, it's the second paragraph. Now you have to describe or interpret the picture. Picture means that chart, graph or table, etc. You have to write each and everything that is presented in the picture. So that needs, so when you write, when you present, when you describe, interpret all the things presented in the picture, you have to that becomes the second paragraph, or you say body of the interpretation. So when you describe or say interpret those pictures, these basic language functions are used. So to connect the previous idea into the latter one, to connect, to make your answer logical, so to you have to follow these, you say, language functions. These are the very important things. When an examiner checks your copy of your this SE exam, the examiner finds whether these language functions are used or not. Our curriculum hopes that whether the student has knowledge about these language functions to interpret the para-orthographic text. So we are going to test whether you know these language functions or not. So basically teacher tries to find these language functions in your answer. So think about when you interpret, when you describe, illustrates that pictures, chart, graph, table, basically use these language functions. So when you say, when you write the answer, you can say the pie chart shows, presents, exhibits, reveals, same one, all are same, they give the same meaning. You can say the pie chart shows that. The pie chart, if the pie chart is given, if the bar graph is there, you can write bar diagram, right? So the pie chart shows, the pie chart presents, the pie chart exhibits, the pie chart reveals, all are same, right? Similar. The pie chart shows that, presents that, exhibits that, reveals that. Use one of the verb underlined there. Second one, the graph displays, depicts, illustrates that. The graph pie chart, table, whatever is there, displays, depicts, illustrates that. So when you present the idea, information and data, and you use these language structures to make your answer logical. Again, the third one is there, according to the pie chart, according to the table, according to the, you say, flow chart. You have to add these language functions in your answer. Next one is the above given chart reveals that. The above presented chart reveals that, presents that, exhibits that, reveals that. So basically these ideas, these you say structures, language functions are used to illustrate, describe, to explain the para-orthographic text. So using all these structures, whatever you see in the picture, you interpret, you write. So finally our duty is to compare and contrast the data or information presented in the picture. So when you compare and contrast data or information, that given data or information presented in the para-orthographic text, you use these language structure as well as some of the cohesive devices. So to make the answer, to make the this paragraph coherent, you have to use the cohesive device to link the previous idea into the later one. When you write the first sentence, then you must link the first sentence to the second one, or say later one. So to join the first idea to the second one, some of the cohesive devices are used. So you have to make your answer best. That's why you have to use the cohesive devices to make your answer orderly, or you say nice. So write short conclusion. This is optional one also. If you think based on the data and information presented in the picture, you may write your own view also. That's the short conclusion you may present at the end. Basically we have four things. Title will be there, and first paragraph we will have 2 or 3 sentences surfacely basic on the basis of surface, what you see and what is the picture about. The language function we have already discussed. This is the second paragraph, body one, and we are presenting each and every information and data using those language structures and using cohesive devices. If possible, we compare and contrast the data and information, and finally you write the short conclusion. If you think about these all 4 things, I believe your answer will be the perfect. So what are the cohesive devices? The students may get confusion. What are the cohesive devices? How to link? So these are also linking word also, right? Linking words to link one idea into the later one. So there are some of the cohesive devices to compare and contrast. So I will not go to each and every cohesive devices, because in this interpretation of paragraph, this para-orthographic text, we just think about comparing and contrasting. We talk about compare and contrast. Sometimes we add the idea into the previous idea into the later idea. So we will talk about these things thoroughly. You just have a close look at those cohesive devices, and you can use wherever you need. So generally, similarly, likewise, as with, like, equally, in the same way we compare the idea using those cohesive devices. If you use those cohesive devices for the compare, that will be very nice. And contrast, opposite idea, whereas, alternatively, unlike, on the other, on one hand, on the other hand, conversely, nevertheless, however. These are the contrasting you say cohesive devices. When you write the answer of all those you say guided writing, you need all these cohesive devices to link the previous idea into the second one, later one. That's why you need these cohesive devices to make your answer logical. That's why please have a close look at, and we will be using those cohesive devices in your answer. We will see in the next slide. Now move to the next, this is the main problem. This type of questions will be asked in our exam. So question number 6 will be there. question number 6. Always this types of interpretation of para-orthographic text is given in the question number 6, and the question will be in such a way: interpret the following pie chart that shows, this is the, you say, content, right? Shows the monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual in about 100 words. This is 5 marks question, and about 100 words or 120, 30, you may make the answer lengthy also if your time permits. So this is the verb. Now before starting the writing the answer of this you say picture, this is the whole question, right? This is the topic and this is the question. So here is the content of this you say picture given. So what's the content? Subject matter, title, monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. It is given here also. It is given the monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. The title of this picture is given in 2 places. One in the question form, second one is in the picture. So first of all, you have to know the title. You might have guessed the title. So first duty is when you see this question in your examination, first duty is to pick out this title and write in your copy. So after that you see the legends, this one, and what you see in this whole picture you have to describe, right? What you see you have to describe. For example, food, Mr. Sual's monthly expenditure. Mr. Sual spends monthly income on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories beside the savings, right? Saving is not expenditure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are the area or it's the topics, categories in which Mr. Sual spends money. So 30% monthly income on food, 20 clothes, 13% education, 10% medical, 15% entertainment, 12% he saves. So this is the picture. Now we are going to discuss how to write the answer. Before writing the final answer, let's collect the idea. Then we will be able to write the perfect answer. We will link one answer to the another one. So let me present some of the questions. So you will feel very easier to write the answer. So before writing the final answer, first duty we have already done. That is, we have identified the title of the picture. The picture is about pie chart, right? That was pie chart. We have identified the para-orthographic text, and the first one is we have already identified the title. The title was, what was the title? Monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. So before writing the final answer of that above mentioned, above given picture, you have to answer the following questions in your mind. Make the draft in your mind so that you can quickly write the answer. So first one, name the above picture. What was the above picture? Can you guess? That's the pie chart. So you say the above picture is a pie chart. If you answer the question, if you answer of this question, that will be your first sentence, introduction sentence. What is the pie chart about? It was about monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. This is the, what does the given picture reveal or show? You have to answer. Please make the answer of this question also. Write the answer of this question also. What are the area of Mr. Sual's expenditure? What are the area besides saving? You might have seen that picture very nicely, and you have guessed there were 5 areas. How much money does he spend on clothes? Similarly on food. How much money does he spend on education? How much money does he spend on entertainment? Answer all of the questions. First, name the above picture, pie chart. What is the pie chart about? About monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. What does the given picture reveal? Write the answer. We will discuss this one also. What are the area of Mr. Sual's expenditure? 5 area. Write the names. How much does he spend? How much money does he spend on clothes? maybe 10%, 15% on the basis of picture. Similarly, you can ask next question, how much money does he spend on food, how much money does he spend on education and other area. In which category does he allocate highest or lowest amount, in which category does he spend highest amount of money or lowest amount of money. You have to answer this question also. Finally, he spends 13% of his total monthly income on education. What does it signify? Now your logical answer, you say a deeper thinking is necessary here. All these up to here, right? Up to here you just write the data and information that is presented in the picture. But this last question seeks your deeper knowledge, critical thinking, analysis, so interpretation of the data. So he spends 13% of his total monthly income on education. He spends 13%. And what does that total amount 13% signify? Whether he is providing quality education or not, you can make your own judgment and make the analysis based on this one. So these are the questions you might have answered all of these questions on your mind. So before that, I have prepared the answer also. See here, name the above picture pie chart. What is the pie chart about? It's about, this is the rough answer, right? Now we have prepared the rough answer. Now after that, after preparing these rough answer in your mind, now you are eligible, you are ready to write the final answer. So using those exponents or say language function that we have already discussed. What is the pie chart about? Monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. What does the given picture reveal? He spends his total monthly income on different 5 categories besides saving. This picture reveals this statement. How much money does he spend on clothes? He spends 20% of his total income on clothes. Now we are answering these things based on the picture that is given. We have seen all of these data and information and we are answering on the basis of picture. So this is the answer, what you have just seen in the picture. So in which category does he allocate highest or lowest amount? Mr. Sual allocates highest monthly budget on food, that is 30%. This is the, or you similarly you can answer Mr. Sual allocates lowest budget on datt. That will be the given there. On the basis of the picture you will answer, that is datt percent, or you say dash percent. He spends 13% of his total monthly income on education. What does it signify? So this can be the judgmental. He spends 13%. Here is 30% here, but I wrote 15 Okay, you make the correction yourself. He spends 13% of his total income on education. This is the fact. On the basis of picture, this is the fact. It reveals, you can guess, it reveals that he invests his earning to provide his kids quality education. This is the judgmental analysis you make based on this fact. Now almost this we have answered all of the questions, and this draft, the answer, the complete answer, the primary draft is prepared. Now we have to link this idea, all these idea using the cohesive devices and make the complete answer. Now let's see this one. Now here is the answer. Monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. Now we are going to make the final answer. So this is the topic, monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual, which was given in the picture also, question also. So no need to worry about finding the title. The title is already given there. So just we pick up from there and we write here in the answer. Suppose this is the answer sheet. So the first one is this first one, two. These two sentences are the introductory paragraph. The second paragraph is the body. Third one is you say conclusion. Conclusion, comparing and contrasting. Compare, contrast and conclusion. Right? So I have divided the whole answer into 3 paragraphs based on that picture. So here we can say this above picture is an example of pie chart. So before that, let's see here pie chart. pie chart, monthly expenditure, spends total, all these idea are written here. Not only all these ideas were presented here in a logical form. So here I have highlighted some of the words. Similarly, in the same way, on the other hand, in my view, indeed, these are the cohesive devices. When you write essay, when you write the newspaper article, when you write the paragraphs, when you interpret the charts and diagrams, these cohesive devices link this previous idea into the second one. For example, let's discuss from the beginning, then we will discuss about this cohesive device also. The above picture is an example of the datt. Here now let's see the chart is about the datt. The given picture vividly means clearly depicts that he spends the datt on the other different 5 topics besides saving. Answer is given here. So now you have to fill those blank spaces wherever they correctly fits. His total monthly income is there, future use, the highest amount, the monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual, spends 20%, reveals, education, a pie chart as shown in the pie chart. So these are the you say words, you have to fill in those blank spaces. So what can be the first blank space answer? The above pie chart is an example, the above picture is an example of what? Of a pie chart, right? The chart is about monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual, right? So the given picture vividly depicts that he spends on different 5 topics, spends his total monthly income on different 5 topics besides saving. According to the pie chart, Mr. Sual spends the percent 20% of his earning on food, 30% I guess. It was 30%, right? Make the correction here also. Sorry, Mr. Sual spends highest amount, right? The highest amount, spends the highest amount of his earning on food, that is 30%. In similar way, you can fill those words in the blank spaces. So one thing I have to share, similarly on the same way, on the other hand, in my view, indeed these are the cohesive devices that makes your answer logical, that makes your paragraph coherence. So if you say Mr. Sual spends of his earning on the food, that is 30%, it seems that he has a large family. You make the judgment, right? Similarly, if you remove this word, that becomes, your answer becomes less logical. So this joins this idea to this second idea. That's why you have to use in such a way these cohesive devices. Now let's move to the complete answer of this. Now we filled all the blank spaces and made this type of answer. The above picture is an example of a pie chart. The above picture is an example of a pie chart. The chart is about the monthly expenditure of Mr. Sual. The given picture vividly depicts that he spends his total income, monthly income on different 5 topics or areas besides saving. First paragraph. Second, according to the pie chart, now we are going to make the deeper analysis based on the picture. Mr. Sual spends the highest amount of his earning on food, that is 30%, based on the picture. It seems that he has a large family, big family. You can say it has a joint family also, you can say. Similarly, this is cohesive device. We are linking this first idea into the second one. Similarly or likewise, on the other hand, he spends 20% of his monthly income on clothes. You use on preposition on the topics. The chart reveals that he allocates 15% third largest amount on fun and recreation, you say entertainment, and spends on it. In the same way, this is linking cohesive devices. He spends 13% of his income on education and 10% on healthcare and medicine. On the other hand, he only saves 12% of his total income for future use. It exhibits that he is much more conscious about the days to come, or say future. As so, last one, this is concluding passage, or say comparing and contrasting as well. As shown in the pie chart, he spends highest amount on food and lowest on health and medicine. In my view, concluding, he is spending comparatively less money on his kids' education. Apostrophe is not here. Kids' education. Indeed, truly speaking, Mr. Sual has been leading a good life. This is the complete answer on the basis of the discussion above we have already done. Now, second one picture is given here. Let's see here. Study the following bar chart. This is bar chart and interpret. So, the picture is already known. Bar chart is here. What is this about? Number of students of public school in Ilam. So, now we have just made two sentences. The picture is, the above given picture is a bar chart. First of all, we identified the word title. What's the title of this answer of this picture? Number of students of a public school in Ilam. Title is already given. So, before writing the answer of this question, you put this title in your answer sheet and start writing the answer. So, this is the number of students in public school in Ilam. So, this is a bar chart. So, first of all, you write this topic and then start the first introductory paragraph. So, how do you start? This is a bar chart, first sentence. Second, it is about, the bar chart is about number of students of a public school in Ilam of different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, different 5 years, right? Second paragraph, according to the bar chart, in 2011, 600 boys were enrolled, whereas only 500 students were enrolled in a public, in that schools. Total, how many total? 5, 6, 1100, right? Here is also the number of students. I think this is total number of the students is constant perhaps, right? Yes, constant, yes. No, just number of boys and girls increasing and decreasing, but the total number is not increased, that is constant. So, based on this one, this is the answer, right? So, I have highlighted here some of the sentences, some of the language functions that are very necessary to pick up, to put in your answer. So, we have already discussed some of the language functions are necessary to present your answer. So, in the first answer we have discussed about the cohesive device. I have highlighted the cohesive devices to link the ideas. Now, here I have focused on the language functions. These language functions are very essential to interpret the para-orthographic text. That is why when you interpret the para-orthographic text, don't forget to use those language functions and link those ideas very nicely. So, the above graph presents the number of students enrolled in different 5 years in a public school of Ilam. The above bar chart also illustrates the comparison between the number of the boys and the girls studying each year between the years 2011 and 2015. The dark bar to the right shows the number of boys, whereas the bar to the left depicts or shows the number of girls. This is about the index, or you say legend. This is the introduction, introductory paragraph. This is the whole body paragraph. This is right, body paragraph. The last one is the concluding paragraph. The bar chart reveals that this is language function we use while interpreting the charts and diagrams. The number of boys decreased every year and fell to 500 in 2015 from 600. In 2011, the number of boys were 600, and up to 2015 it fell into the it decreased by 100 and it reached to the 500, right? We can see this number in the number of girls increased every year, but the surprising fact is number of boys is decreasing, and the girls number is increasing every year and reached to 600 in 2015. In 2011 it was 500, 100 more than in a year of 2011. According to the graph, this is the language function, the number of boys was exactly 100 more than that of girls in 2011. But after a 5-year period, the figure became just opposite. Opposite means number of boys became 500 and number of girls became 600, which was just opposite in 2011, respectively 600 and 500 boys and girls. And the number of boys, the graph exhibits that the number of boys gradually went down and the number of girls increased in the same ratio. So in the year 2015, the number of boys remained 100 less than the number of girls, though the number of boys and girls was exactly the same in 2013. It was a constant, means equal number was there in 2013. Overall, we can clearly see the decline, means decrease in the number of boys, while the number of girls seems to be rising trend, increasing. The most surprising fact of the school is that though the number of boys and girls number is changed each and every year, the total number of school students remain constant, that is 1100. That was 1100 in 2011 and also it was 1100 in 2015 too. So here is one funny joke. Let's enjoy this one. Today I am graduation SLC pass in B grade. See the student who has passed SLC in B grade. See the English. Hope we will not have such type of English who obtained B grade in upcoming SE. I came very much number in English, knee English, right, with 79. This is very unlucky student. 79, 80, if he obtained 80, it will be A grade, right? So I am invitation you to all eat our house, because I know someday I will eat your house too. I will die 3 chicken, 2 girls and 1 boy. दुईटा भाले एउटा पोथी भन्नु खोजे होला. To eat you all. I will ask my father to cook my mother. See you all, thank you, I am graduation SLC. He becomes very happy and inviting all of his colleagues and students, friends for a party, right? Chicken party. So he has written in such a way. Very funny one. So one picture is given. This British Council also presents such type of classes for the IELTS. So I have taken this picture from British Council Facebook page, but whether it is visible or not, I am not clear. So this is about the survey of the people feeling angry, feeling nervous, feeling tired, wanting to cry, reporting increasingly stress trend. This is the answer, and this British Council also highlighted some of the language exponents. The bar chart illustrates, while this is cohesive devices, yes, significant difference, whereas to sum up, although very similar, these are the, this is just to focus on language functions and cohesive devices. Now we are at the end of this class. Hope everybody has got the point regarding this class. Just I suggest to you to focus on these things. First, you write the topic title on the very beginning of your answer sheet. Then after, you write the 2 or 3 sentences of that introductory part, what you surfacely see in the picture, or you say that para-orthographic text, and you must go in detail and presenting each and every data and information using all of the language functions and cohesive devices. That becomes your body, which contains of 7 or 8 sentences. Finally, what you see overall, compare the data in information at the end and write 1 or 2 sentences regarding the you say conclusion. What do you think, what your general impression, what your general analysis regarding that information presented, that information and data presented in the picture. So finally, I would like to write the very nice and perfect answer of this question. I have put this question for your practice. The following pie chart, this is the pie chart, as you know, shows this is the shows the marks obtained by a student in pre-SE test. Study the chart and write a description of it in about 100 words. The title of this pie chart will be marks obtained in a pre-SE test. This will be the title, and first write 2 or 3 sentences about what you generally see here. I guess this is a pie chart. The pie chart presents the marks obtained in a pre-SE test by a student. Generally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6, only 6 subjects are, sorry, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 subjects are presented and their marks are presented here in this pie chart. This will be first, and how much marks did that student got, you write each and every you say marks respective to their subjects, and finally make a short conclusion. That would be the your you say homework. So hope everybody has got some of the idea regarding how to interpret the charts, graphs, diagram, and or you say these para-orthographic text, and hope you practice many more questions from your set books and prepare for your SE. Best of luck. Thank you.